The values of gold, silver, and platinum are going wild, rising by the minute. But now the closest I get to those markets is my wedding ring right here. And for lots of neighbors, the phrase precious metals makes their eyes glaze over. But there's a business owner in my Northview neighborhood who buys and sells gold and silver and other things to neighbors in this shop on Plainfield.
Gold and silver is very, very popular. It's very liquid. Gold and silver, you can go to the middle of Zimbabwe to China or wherever, and they recognize gold and silver.
Dan Deemer, owner of Deemer's Coins Jewelry and Collectibles, sells gold and silver bars, but also coins that contain those metals. On January 1st of 2025, the price of gold was around $2,600 per ounce, and silver was about $29. Today,
Gold's over $4,500. Silver's getting in the $70 range. A lot of speculations. A lot of people buying silver. I'm running low.
Paul Isley, Associate Dean of the Seidman School of Business at GVSU, says precious metals markets have big swings.
What I can say is that we're going to have excess volatility in the metals market for the foreseeable future. So volatility can be up, it can also be down. We're going to see movements happen.
Isley says fast-moving prices have several causes. Investors moving to metals and away from debt being issued by the U.S. because of recent news about Venezuela and Nigeria, and trade issues like tariffs resulting in countries moving away from the U.S. dollar. Day by day, these markets can be unpredictable.
In gold, when I first opened in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, it never broke 300. And I remember telling my wife, I said, I don't think it's ever going to break 300. That's a good 4 years. And all of a sudden it did.
$300 back then is worth $525 today, accounting for inflation. Well, at today's prices, gold being above $4,500, that's an actual gain in value of 1,500% over time. Still, Dan Deemer says, do your research before you buy or sell. And Paul Isley says, be careful.
I think it's really important to note how risky this is, particularly given that these high swings like this tend to lead to at least a pullback soon after.
While commodity markets are global, Deemer's is the local connection between neighbors and markets. Dan says these last 2 weeks of the year are among his busiest times. I'm Rob Westerby, your Northview reporter, Fox 17 News.